Hi guys, and welcome to another video lesson. Today we're going to be taking a look at quarter bar fills. There are 4 beats in the bar, so a quarter of a bar is 1 beat. So I could have called today's lesson 1 beat fills, I suppose. We're going to be using semiquavers or 16th notes to create our fills today. So before we get started with the quarter bar or 1 beat fills, let's remind ourselves of how to play semiquavers. We'll play 1 bar's worth, 1 eander, 2 eander, 3 eander, 4 eander. We'll play it all on the snare drum, and we'll put a bass drum on 1, 2, 3 and 4 as well. Here we go. Fills normally come at the end of a phrase, or the end of a bar in this case. So our fill is going to go on beat 4. So when we get to the end of our bar, instead of just playing 4 and like we normally would do, we're going to be playing 4 eander, and we're going to put that bass drum on beat 4 as well. So we've got the first 3 beats of the bar as a groove, 1 and 2 and 3 and, just like normal. Then we've got our 4 eander, which is our quarter bar or 1 beat fill. We're going to do this round and round at 70 beats per minute. We've learned a new fill, so you know what's coming next. It's a 3-1 resolve. Now, it's a little bit strange calling it a 3-1 resolve when it's not a 1 bar fill. It's actually a 3 3/4 quarter resolve, but we don't call it that because it's far too complicated. It's still a 3-1 resolve. The 1 refers to a bar now that has a fill in it rather than is a complete fill. Hopefully that makes sense. So it's 3 bars groove and then our bar that has the quarter bar fill at the end. Again, I've used an awful lot of words to explain something that didn't need that many. I apologise. Here we go, 70 beats per minute, round and round. If you need to pause the video and slow any of these exercises down before you work them back up to 70, that's absolutely fine. Go away and do that. Come back and join me when you're ready. So now we're going to orchestrate that fill. I'm going to go for 2 on the snare and 2 on tom 1. So 4 eander, going to keep the bass drum on beat 4. I'll run it round at 70 beats per minute. Okay, so let's put that in a 3-1 resolve as well. I'm using the same quaver groove all the way through for all of the resolves today, and I'm putting a crash cymbal at the beginning. If you want to change the quaver groove that we're using, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure it doesn't affect the fill at the end of the phrase. This time I'm going to orchestrate the 4 notes that we have for our fill using my triangle orchestration. As you know by now, I'm a big fan of the triangle. Most of my orchestrations start with that triangle shape: snare, tom 1, tom 3. So today I'm going to be playing 4 on the snare, E on tom 1 and on tom 3, and A on tom 3 as well. Nearly forgot which tom I was playing there. So snare 1, 3, 3, 4 E and A. And I'm going to keep the bass drum on beat 4 just as we have been doing for the whole lesson. Here we go, 70 beats per minute. Okay, so let's put that in our 3-1 resolve. Worth noting here that as you come to the end of the fill, both hands are down here and we've got to get back all the way to the crash cymbal. So just make sure that you've got time to get back over to your crash cymbal. You may want to practice just that transition, so and a 1. That might be worth doing before you tackle the entire resolve, or perhaps just the last 4 notes of the bar, 4 E and a 1, and then put it all together and play the completed resolve. Here it comes at 70 beats per minute. So that's a really quick look at quarter bar or 1 beat fills. We've looked at 3 different orchestrations, all on the snare, snare and tom 1, and then my triangle orchestration as I like to call it. That is just 3 of many possibilities. Experiment, see what different orchestrations you can come up with, what different ideas can you create, ultimately what fills can you add to your repertoire, very fancy word for collection or library, of fills that you already know. We want to expand that as often as we possibly can. Have some fun, see what different ideas you can come up with. So that's it for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you've got any questions, please feel free to get in touch. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Stay safe, take care, and enjoy your drumming, guys.